Hey, it's Tex and Ads here, and today we are going to share with you our latest and greatest UTG custom indicator, the Steam Roller Indicator. And we couldn't be more excited to share with you the benefits of this indicator and why it will become the number one staple of your trading routine. But like me, I'm sure you can relate to a lot of the biggest struggles that 99% of traders face and why we created Steamroller to help solve those problems. So number one, the biggest one, hashtag trader problems. The number one, I think, issue that a lot of traders have is a confirmation bias. Am I right or am I wrong? Trusting yourself, trusting your TA, and trusting the tools that you are using to confirm potential entry or exit positions. And that's the number one thing that I think Ads and I have been asked over years of running and working and trading through Unity Trading Group is, hey, how do I know when to enter or exit a position? I'm in X position or I'm out of X position looking to re-enter. How do I know when to get in or out of a position? Number three, a lack of confidence in themselves and their trades. And that relates back to number one. Am I doing the right thing? Should I be here? Should I be out of this? Is this the right coin or the right pair to be in? That lack of confidence can sabotage your trading. And number four, using too many indicators. We see so many charts that have, tons of different indicators and lines and junk all over it. Ends up looking like a Jackson Pollock painting. So if we can remove as many things as possible from our trading that don't need to be in there, it helps number one, number two, number three to become just a far more streamlined trading process. The more that we can eliminate, the better it's going to be for our trading. So how does Steamroller help? Well, one, it eliminates the need for too many indicators. The more indicators that we layer onto our charts, we put more and more things on our charts to help get past the fear of being wrong. If we can look for two or three indicators that say the same thing, but then it's not going the way that we believe the trade will go, we'll bang on more indicators until we get to a point where it's telling us that we're making the right decision. So Steamroller helps to eliminate all of that. You really can trade along with solid TA with just Steamroller alone. It is incredible how well this works, and we're going to show you this in just a second. Number two, it validates existing TA, and along with whether it be your TA or if you've taken anything from the TA that we've shared over the last few years or our UTG trading strategy, you can cherry pick from that the best bits and apply it to your Steamroller indicator trading. Number three, it helps to boost confidence and eliminate error. Confidence, confidence, confidence. That's the biggest thing that this helps with. And lack of confidence, as I said a minute ago, is a nuke to your trading. If you can't back yourself and back your trades, you will never become a successful or profitable trader. And number four, it works on every market, all markets. It doesn't matter whether it's FX, crypto, or otherwise. We have back tested this and used this on any market you can think of with success and have found benefit across all these markets. So if that doesn't get you interested in using Steamroller, we don't know what will. We're so excited to share this with you. And in just a second, we're going to jump into the markets and show you exactly how this works in real time. All right, here we are showing you exactly how Steamroller works across both the cryptocurrency and Forex markets. That's where we spend a lot of our time here in UTG. And already you can probably see down the bottom there, this is our custom Steamroller indicator. And if you're scanning your eyes across Steamroller and pairing that up with tops and bottoms, you can already see there that this kind of works. We're not going to lie. We love this indicator for a number of reasons and Ads. You're going to show the guys some of the benefits and the major features, and we'll highlight a few things for you as we go through and scan this BTC market.
Just to give you a bit of background information, Steamroller is obviously, it's a moving oscillator. So it does gauge oversold and overbought conditions over multiple timeframes. And what it's doing, it's reading the market data volume, taking in a bunch of different oscillators and merging it all together to spit out these green and red tops and bottoms alongside a lot of these green dots, gray dots, and red dots.
Yeah,
So
and you'll see that we're on the 4 hour Bitcoin or Bitstamp time frame here, but this works across every single time frame. We've got guys now that are helping us to test this, and we've done quite a bit of extensive testing, even on the smaller time frames as
yeah,
well, using this and just a couple of other indicators that might suit a scalping strategy or what it is that you're using. But as Ads sort of highlighted here, very clear to see these tops and bottoms here being highlighted by Steamroller with pretty damn good accuracy. So you've only got to back test this yourself to see how well this works across multiple timeframes and multiple markets. Ads.
absolutely. And obviously gauging this with our very popular trading strategies like supply and demand, Fibonacci, Ichimoku, this becomes even more powerful. But just to premise, so what we're looking for is we're looking for these red and green tops and bottoms. And not only that, we've got these clouds here, Ty, and what they represent is they represent exhaustion on the time frame that you're looking at in that direction. So they're looking at moves like this alongside the red top there with the green cloud saying that there is going to be buyer or there is buyer exhaustion at this level, Ty. So very, very powerful indicator just looking at this specific set of data. Very, very powerful.
Yeah, and even beyond that as well, even though it does show us these overbought or oversold conditions here, like what we've highlighted a second ago, it goes a step further as well. It's showing you that at major tops or potential major bottoms as well, as is highlighted by these colored bars that represents strong buyer exhaustion or strong seller exhaustion. So that pair that with the oversold or overbought condition here, the dot that it spits out, it's also giving you, hey, you really should be paying attention here. Not only are we coming towards the bottom of this channel and we've got a potential reversal, but we also are reaching a point of buyer or seller exhaustion. There is no longer any supply or demand depending on where you are, and you really need to be starting to pay attention to this.
Absolutely. And the strongest one, probably one of the strongest points that we need to make on this as well is that you can be using TradingView to your advantage and setting alerts on spots and dots on Steamroller itself to give you that edge, that it'll send you an alert when it gets into that oversold, overbought condition, and you can be ahead of the game that way too, Ty.
Yeah, 100%. So let's now jump on to one of our other favorite coins to trade, being FBTC.
Absolutely.
So if you are trading Ethereum BTC or Ethereum USD or Bitcoin USD, we'll show you this now on the 1 day time frame for FBTC. And already taking a look at this now, you've just got to see here these major levels. Let's have a little bit of a look at that, Ads, and just purely chart percentage gains that we would have made from our tops to our bottoms, just looking at Steamroller alone. We haven't even thrown in things like Fibonacci or other indicators like RSI or Ichimoku or whatever it is that you may use, MACD perhaps. This is purely just looking at FBTC when it spits out an overbought or an oversold condition. And keeping in mind too, we're not going to get dots every single time, but we know before major pivots occur that our colored bars are starting to come up and it's starting to show us that we're reaching a point of buyer exhaustion. So you're looking at this entire cloud, or you could purely just look at the dots themselves. So Ads, let's chart that up.
Absolutely. So we'll have a look at this level here to start with, which correlates with this dot. So what we'll do is we'll just measure that move there. So the dot occurred to us on the 24th of December 2019. That close of candle was about there. And if we roll it up to the close of candle on the red dot, Ty, you can see that that would have yielded around 59.96% or 60% of a profit if you were just trading on the green clouds there, plus the dot for confirmation of movement.
So that's a percent a day. So not bad if you're just sitting back holding positions and waiting for indicators on Steamroller to let you know what's going on. So you may not particularly buy just on the dot. You may wait for a break within the parallel channel to make an entry, or wait for a break back within the parallel channel to make an exit in a position. There's an abundance of things that you can do purely just looking at Steamroller alone. And one thing that we really like on this is that you can then set alerts when we come into these oversold or overbought territories. And when it spits out this overbought or oversold signal, you can get an instant alert through to Discord, or an instant alert through to TradingView, or whatever platform you are using. You can set it through TradingView, get an instant alert on your phone or your mobile device, your PC, whatever it is, and know that Steamroller is telling you, hey, this is something that we need to be paying attention to. So if you're out and about or whatever it is, you don't have to be staring at the screens all day. Steamroller will tell you when you need to be paying attention to the screens, because as a swing trader, being Ads and I, what we want to do is we want to spend the least amount of time in front of the screens as possible and yield the maximum results as possible in the easiest way possible. And that's exactly what Steamroller does.
Exactly. And couldn't have put it better myself, man. This is a swing trader's dream. And honestly, you can use it on the smaller time frames like Ty did say before. So for you day trader guys there, it does work on the 30, the 15, the 5-minute charts also. So a very powerful tool.
Totally. But, and you may be a breakout trader where you're waiting for a potential signal to enter a market. We know that we've got a break through this downtrend line. And, often we would get a retest of the diagonal, but we could look at Steamroller and say, hey, listen, we have broken this trend. We've also got a signal from Steamroller. This might be worth a consideration here to enter this position. And, sure enough, you may have longed from this point here. Yeah, we get a dip. And the worst thing that traders do when it comes to leverage trading or opening positions is cutting their trades at the first sign of any sort of semi-severe pullbacks. Well, Steamroller hasn't told us that we're oversold as of yet. So we could have held that position all the way through the dip, waited for the red mark, and then sold that at this position rather than selling out here. We've sold that at the literal top. And the same thing again too, each time that we get these gray dots within this parallel channel, they are the same as these oversold or overbought conditions, meaning that it's just not as of a stronger trend. So you're getting signals, whether it be a strong or a minor trend. And had you have exited the position right here, waited for the bottom of this move, held all the way up, as Ads would have said, you would have got 60% over 60 days just using Steamroller alone. We haven't even looked at horizontals, diagonals, other indicators, other forms of TA, supply or demand, all the things that we teach at UTG 100% free and open inside our Discord. Haven't even looked at any of that as of yet. So let's now get on to the regulator markets for you FX traders. We put so much time and effort and dedication into this indicator. We weren't going to have it work across just one market.
And that's absolutely right on that one. So if we have a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame, Ty, which most people will be trading on, if you're a swing trader in these markets, it's another very powerful tool to be looking for. So obviously using this with other forms of TA, but we're just going to look at it just on its own. So the real beauty of this is being able to know when to jump into your long, and knowing when to jump out of it is something that we get asked a lot. When do I exit my trade, Ty? So if you're in a position around this area here, we've got some confluence with Steamroller. Where do we exit? So we know that Steamroller is ascending, and we're not seeing any form of pullbacks as of yet on this move here, Ty. So what we're looking for is Steamroller to enter to the overbought condition. And of course, when we are seeing our red dot around this region here is where we would exit. So if you were trading this on the Forex side of things, that you could be holding on to this asset for a decent 3.77%. And a lot of these Forex traders are trading on 100x accounts, Ty. So not a bad trade in about a week's time, or just over a week.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing that we want to preface is here, yes, we are talking up Steamroller, and yes, we absolutely love this, but it's not always going to give you every single signal. You don't just rely on any indicator, it doesn't matter whether it's Steamroller or otherwise, to give you everything you need to know or want to know about TA. So let's just give a basic example, ads, of something like supply and demand on Euro USD, how you could use Steamroller, perhaps at the times where it gives you these signals where it's saying, hey, listen, you better be paying attention here, but we're not quite at this point where we've got a strong oversold or overbought condition. Because once you pair it with solid TA, this thing becomes bulletproof.
So if we just zoom into this chart a little bit further, Ty, and we have a look and we try and find our levels of supply and demand. Obviously, supply and demand works on market pivots. So we've got obviously one here coming up, making that high, coming back down and making another one. So this is where I would be looking for Euro USD for that pivot on the 4-hour time frame. If we draw that one in, okay, we draw it into the chart. This is starting to get a little bit into this market strategy with Steamroller as well. But if we're looking at a slipping market, this Euro USD descending, and we are knowing that our alerts on TradingView are going to be starting to fire when this starts to get to the oversold condition, Ty. We know that there is a level of demand sitting across and waiting for this asset to get to it. And once it does, we get our Steamroller alert, Ty, and we're off to the races once more on Euro USD.
Yeah, and this is something that's so simple and so powerful, just the levels of supply and demand. And what I'm sort of referring to here is, well, when we get Steamroller saying, hey, we're getting close towards the end of this parallel channel, but you might be stuck in a position here going, well, I don't want to exit there and I don't want to enter here and I don't want to exit there, because that just becomes it goes against the grain of why Steamroller was created, to help spend sort of less time in front of the screens and give more accurate compliments to your TA. So if you're looking here, and you're looking here, and you're looking here, by using supply and demand, what ads had up on the screen a moment ago, you know that from this supply and demand level that we had broken in there, we know that when we break into this supply and demand level, being this level here, plus Steamroller has given us the indication that we're reaching oversold conditions, that then just complements your TA to give you more confidence of knowing that this is a worthy entry signal, or that this was a worthy exit signal, and it might be time to look at your positions if you are in this market. So pairing it with just a couple of little basic things really complements Steamroller, and you can see sort of the power in this indicator across not only crypto, but also FX as well. And then you compare it with things like pin bars that Adam is sort of pointing out there as well, or these little, these areas here where we've seen pivots in the past, and looking at what Steamroller is telling us here as well. It's a pretty powerful little addition to add to your TA. So if you want to know more about Steamroller and how this works, you can go to unitytradinggroup.com/Steamroller and pick this up for yourself. And if you have any questions, of course, come in towards the Discord and ask any questions you like. We are so excited to share this with you, and we're so excited to share the results that we know you will get from this indicator. So thank you so much for joining us, and we really look forward to seeing how you use this in your trading in the future. Thanks for watching.